All right, first off, I have to say big thanks to Vulcain for sending this watch over for me to check out so you guys can get a glimpse at it, because there's a lot of historical value to the brand, but more importantly, to this evolution of movement and complication. This is the Vulcain Cricket President 39 millimeter pistachio dial. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a standard video that I traditionally do with most of the watches, which is it's challenging for me to do some of these videos when you have watches that have a little more going on, and I, for the most part, kind of reduce it down to just its raw form, and it's not really fair to the watch or to the brand or for the people that love either of those, the complication or whatever. And I'll just show it. So you get the real aspect of this video that everybody needs to take part in is just looking at it and enjoying it and understanding that it is a really cool watch, regardless of, the pros or cons. It's just a cool watch. So case size, it is 38.9 millimeter. Sure, whatever, 39. I measure 38.9. So in case you didn't know, when I give the measurements of these watches, I actually measure them. I don't just take it off from a piece of paper or whatever somebody tells me. I actually measure them. So sometimes there's deviations from what you'll see on the printed website or wherever you're getting your information. And maybe I'm a little off. I don't know. Probably am. So 38.9 millimeter case. The lug to lug is a 48. You can see it's fully polished. The thickness is 13.3. A massively boxed and domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. You have a 20 millimeter lug opening, and you have a 6 millimeter kind of decorated, not signed, but decorated, or ornate push-pull crown. And that crown interacts with this pusher as well, because the way this movement is constructed, this movement is the caliber V10 manufacturer movement. 25 jewels, has 165 components, has 2 barrels. The reason it has 2 barrels is because one barrel is for the timekeeping complication. One barrel is for the cricket alarm. So the timekeeping barrel will hold 52 hours of power reserve. The other barrel used to power the cricket alarm will last 20 seconds. That's if both of them are fully wound. How you wind them, this is where the crown interaction is pretty fun. You turn the crown counterclockwise to wind the movement. You turn it clockwise to energize the cricket alarm. Time setting, you simply pull the crown and you adjust the time. Pretty standard. To set the alarm, you push the pusher. It switches how the crown stem engages with the complication inside. It now will operate the alarm hand instead of the timekeeping hand. So in one direction, it's just going to ratchet. In the other direction is how you're going to set the alarm. Now we're going to set the alarm, and I'm probably going to jump because it actually vibrates the watch quite a bit. Now that wasn't 20 seconds, so that wasn't a full wind, but you were able to hear the cricket alarm. And it doesn't sound exactly like a cricket. Most of us have heard a cricket, I would assume, at this point in our lives. But it acts similar to it in the sense that it's a vibrating mechanism, and it creates the vibration and a little bit of racket. So it is a good way to have an alarm complication in a watch instead of just a ding or a chime or something like that. It 100%, if this was on your wrist, will get your attention. If it's on your nightstand, it probably will wake you up. It would wake me up. And I'm not like necessarily a soft sleeper. So I think it's definitely effective enough to be considered a good alarm. So pretty cool function on this thing. The President tie is because this watch was given to presidents for many years, and then some presidents actually gifted many of these watches to friends, family, and staff. So pretty cool tie to history with the watch as well. There is a 36 millimeter variant, and there's other colors available. And of course, this 39 millimeter does, in my opinion, wear smaller. I would say it wears, because I can easily wear a 39 millimeter watch, definitely in a diver. But in this guy here, I tend to think it's a little too small for my preference, but it will work for a lot of people, I'm sure. I will give you a wrist shot here in a moment. I just wanted to give you some good close-ups of that pistachio dial. I could be biased, but I think this is the best dial color in the lineup. You have an option for case backs as well. These are limited edition as well. This one I spec'd out with the basic brown leather because I didn't want to detract from the dial. And I spec'd out with the solid case back because it makes the alarm more audible. You can get a sapphire display case back, which shows the movement. It's extremely cool. Check the link in the description. I don't care if you're buying the watch or not. Just click the link in the description. Go read the historical aspects of this watch and the brand, and they'll have good article down in their write-up about the movement, the V10 evolution of that movement. It's a really good looking movement. It is a manual wind movement, and it has the cricket alarm complication, which is just cool. So price point on this watch is where some people might have issues. That's okay. You're allowed to not like a price of a watch. There's that's completely fine. Does the watch warrant the price? I would say yes. If you go searching around for a manual or automatic, but manual wind watch with a good, or it doesn't even have to be good, a complication that has a mechanical alarm, I don't know, go search that up, because I don't think you're going to find anything that competes with this, really. I don't think you're going to. But here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. Yes, I could clearly wear it. It's just my personal preference is a little bit larger watch. So again, big thanks to Vulcain for sending this over, because I am so happy to be able to handle it, see it, experience it, and share it with you guys. Because that's what this channel ultimately is about, is building the largest library of variety of watches, running the complete spectrum of price and complications and options, so that we can all just kind of see these things. Otherwise, we don't get to see them very often. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you on the next one.